calling ourselves Yes Please. This past week, a bunch of people from OKCI Improv have been taking classes in something called the Herald. The Herald is a long-form improvisational theater format that has spawned a variety of other long forms. It grew out of the idea, could we take, I'm assuming everyone here, if you're not familiar with the long form, but you may have seen Whose Line Is It Anyway? Short form games, that was really kind of what improv was for a little while, and Second City used it to create sketches. And a gentleman by the name of Del Close, and he wasn't the only one who thought this, but some other people he was associated with, they were talking about, well, could we improvise a one-act play or a more, we'd like to see these characters instead of them just being real quick. What if we see them over a span of time? And he had been experimenting with that. Del had been an early member of Second City and later went on to direct Second City. In fact, he was the director there when the cast included people like John Belushi and Bill Murray and Betty Thomas and Harold Ramis, for example. And at some point, Del ended up working with something in Chicago called the Improv Olympic, which is now known as I.O. And I was a member of that organization back at that time. Thank you. Performed with a troupe called Barron's Barracudas for a couple of years under the direction of Del and under the tutelage of Del, and we also put together a sketch show called Honor Finnegan versus the Break of the Galaxy. So the basic Herald, as you've seen tonight, the structure, it's scenes that come back interspersed with some games. And that, like I said, that format has mutated and grown and changed over the years, but that basic structure was what we thought was really important. So this past week, I've been here in Oklahoma City, I'm here from Chicago to help facilitate these workshops, and the students that were in those workshops are the people you've seen in the previous show and in this show today with Yes Please. So hopefully you're seeing some things that came out of these classes. If you have always been interested in improv and haven't really gotten up the nerve to try it, you should come by OKC Improv and check out the classes and take some classes and get involved, because it is a lot of fun, not just to watch, but to do. So you can find OKC Improv on Facebook and on the web. Look them up at the very least if you haven't already connected with them on Facebook, please do that. And Twitter too, right? Twitter. Yeah. Whatever this Twitter thing is. So I'm going to ask for a suggestion from you. If you've been sitting there thinking, I can't wait till it's my turn to get a lot of suggestion, what I'm going to ask is that you forget that one. And something that you think is weird and you're surprised that other people might find it weird. For example, you might not like Pokemon Go, but you think everybody else does. So something other than that. Jello.
My great-grandmother was born in 1896, and she died when I was about 6 years old. And she lived in a nursing home, but she always had a really good attitude about everything. Except there was one thing she told me one time. She said, I think there is a state law that they have to put Jell-O on every single tray that I get from the cafeteria here. Like, she just hated Jell-O, and that was the only thing she ever complained about.
Jell-O makes me think of my best friend from elementary school. Because he once had a dream that we were both swimming in a pool of Jell-O. Yes. And I remember him telling me about this dream distinctly, but that's not the story I'm telling right now. My best friend, his name was Luke. He was a great guy. Let's just call him out. We were like really good friends, and when I was in first grade, I was a problem child. I had ADD and I could not concentrate and I was held back. So the second time around they were like, well, this kid kind of seems creative. Who knew? And so they pulled me up and my friend Luke and assigned us to write something. And so they said, you should write like a play or a movie or something like that. Let's just deal with you in this way. And so they put us in a room and they were like, all right, you're gonna write something, you're creative, this is gonna be fun. I don't remember what we wrote, but it was some kind of like hybrid between like Power Rangers and like I don't know, like Mortal Kombat or something like that. And it was really like, you can imagine 6-year-olds writing something like that, right? It was shit. And, but we wrote it and we were really proud of it, and then they never let us do another writing assignment.
Jell-O makes me think of my grandmother in Wewoka, Oklahoma. When we were little, she used to make a Jell-O cake for our birthdays. She would bake an angel food cake, she'd pop it out of the pan, put it on a 7-Up bottle, one of those from the 50s, great big tall ones, let it do its thing, take it off, and she'd slice it open, and she'd put Jell-O and strawberries in it, and a little bit of the breadcrumbs that she pulled out. Okay, then she'd put the top on it, cover it with whipped cream, and put those little bitty letters, they're made out of candy. Remember those? Anybody? Yeah, she'd write happy birthday in our name. They were the best cakes ever.
Jell-O makes me think of, I've been a student of comedy forever. I love the edgy guys, Lenny Bruce, George Carlin, Richard Pryor. And then there was this guy who was a comedian, and I thought, okay, he's kind of, seems like a reasonable guy. He was a good guy, and he endorsed these Jell-O and pudding pops, and I thought, okay, I can stand a clean comic, and then all the stories started coming, and he was, people are not what they seem sometimes. Sometimes people who seem really edgy are really good people, and sometimes the people who seem like they're really good people are not really good people.
So Jell-O makes me think of Knox blocks. Anybody ever heard of Knox blocks? Good, there was one hand right there. It's just you and me right now. Let me go ahead and fill you in. My first stepmother told me about Knox blocks, and she sent me off to school with Knox blocks. Knox blocks are essentially Jell-O, but it's Jell-O that it's like wrapped in flour, and it's a block that you eat with your hands. It's like it's a freak of fucking nature. Nobody in the world should hear about Knox blocks, and we're suffering because we have. But I went to school with these Knox blocks thinking I was the shit. Everybody else had pudding and regular stuff. I had fucking Knox blocks. And nobody was impressed. Nobody gave a shit. Nobody cared. But I was like, because I'm in grade school, so I'm trying to make myself look cool. The flour that's on the outside, it's really cocaine. And the kids were like, what, really? Yeah, it is, but you can't snort it here at school because it's against the rules. Because it's fine to bring it to school, you just can't snort it at school. But of course because I'm not a cool kid, and bragging about cocaine is not a cool thing to do. So one of the other guys calls me on my shit and is like, oh, so you just snorted if it was okay? Yeah, I totally would. All right, well here, snort this pixie stick. Anybody ever snorted a pixie stick? Just you and me, all right.
Look, here's the thing about Jell-O. You can eat it, and you never get full, which really just enables emotional eating. And I like to stick with things with melted cheese for that.
Everybody always makes fun of Jell-O as that thing that people bring to a picnic and nobody really wants to eat it, or that you have on your tray from the cafeteria and nobody really wants to eat it. Yet it has endured over many years and been successful and popular despite Bill Cosby's attempt to ruin it. You got to think companies wonder what they're thinking when that kind of behavior becomes associated with their product. It's like Jared Fogle and the $5 footlong. But what's amused me is I've noticed the alternate uses that people have come up for Jell-O. For example, I saw recently on Pinterest. People taking vases, or vases, as you say here in Oklahoma City, and filling them with Jell-O, and then they put flowers in the Jell-O. So now it's like decorative art, because evidently colored sand or pebbles or whatever isn't good enough to fill your vase. But the ones that really got me were, I was visiting a sex toy shop once for a friend, and they've got dirty Jell-O molds. There was a mold that you could make a Jell-O penis, and they suggested that you could put a banana in the penis Jell-O mold. There was a mold to make breasts, and they suggested that you could put maraschino cherries on the top of the mounds for little nipples. And the one that most surprised me was they actually had a Jell-O mold to make intimate lady parts that they suggested surrounding with shaved chocolate. I'm wondering, is somebody somewhere finally eating Jell-O?
I hope you don't mind that I smoke in here.
No, it's super cool, man.
You know, I don't mind that I'm taking you home, you know. You're my little brother and all, and,
Yeah,
you know.
totally cool.
Stepmom Dolores ordered me to do it.
I hate that woman so much.
Yeah, me too. It's just kind of I don't want to use the B word. That's insulting to women, but,
You don't, I'll say it. I'll totally say it.
don't say it.
I will totally say
Don't
it.
say it.
Booby. I think she's a booby too.
I think that's what most people my age would describe her as.
Yeah, I do too. Cause I know I'm not quite your age, but I'm almost there.
Yeah.
And I've got chocolate shavings on my crotch now.
Chocolate shavings on your crotch?
Like on my stuff, on my just.
I know what a crotch is.
I'm so excited about finally getting to see all the relatives that we haven't seen in years.
I know. Aunt Myrtle brought her her special Jell-O salad. It's shaped like a castle.
Oh my God, it is. Let me put my glasses.
my God.
Oh God, look at that. And she's even got a little pineapple queen.
Oh yes, and then she's got little marshmallows on the side.
I love that Aunt Myrtle made that. I want to kill that bitch.
Grandma.
I never told you this, but your grandfather and Aunt Myrtle kind of used to, I know, honey.
They were bridge partners, or are you telling me something else?
They were bridge partners and they used to screw each other. Both of those things are true. In fact, my understanding was it started as a bet over a bridge game.
Grandma, what are your thoughts about that?
I want to kill that bitch.
It is over with me and Jerry. He's ruined everything for me.
What did you do this time?
Can't even say it.
Breathe. Put it back. You know how you get the hyperventilators.
I loved him for 2 solid days. In a row!
Honey.
I know that he loved me.
Oh, honey, you never just like that. They're after one thing. Did you give it to him?
Jell-O. They want Jell-O.
Yeah, did you make him a Jell-O mold?
He made it for me. I thought we were fine.
Wow. You made a Jell-O mold.
That's love. That's love. What was it shaped like? What kind of mold?
A castle. And there was a Jell-O pudding moat around it.
Were there little
yeah. This is true. Look. We're going to bring the chocolate shavings anywhere around the castle.
Honey,
Okay.
don't tell her about chocolate shaving trees.
Ladies and gentlemen, now we bring you a story that will tell you the secret dirty life of Jell-O. Storytellers, warm up your voices.
Once upon a time, there was a man who was so obsessed with Jell-O he put his dick in it.
And when he put his dick in there, he decided that it felt...
Real good. So he just left it in there and he walked around with the bowl of
Jell-O just wiggling around, watch it wiggle, watch it jiggle. I mean, it was just all, ladies couldn't keep their eyes off of it.
And so he would go up to ladies and put his Jell-O dick on them. Hey, you want to touch my Jell-O? And none of them did. So he would go up to men and say, hey,
And what am I going to do about the chocolate shavings? Can I put them? Well, where do I put them?
But it turns out most women and men he approached said, you know, consent is a thing. Jell-O is great.
when it's on your own body, but you need to ask someone.
About the Jell-O, they just can't give them genital Jell-O.
Because then you'll just want to suck it off. And maybe you shouldn't do that.
So he eventually invented Jell-O shots and started putting alcohol in them, rum, tequila.
And all kinds of other alcohols that would get you drunk and make you suck it off. and the Jell-O shot was
given orally, but then sometimes they would put it in other orifices.
But not too often, because that's kind of kinky.
One day, he was doing the deed and gave a Jell-O
To his mother. And she said, son.
Thank you so much.
The best son I've ever had. Don't tell your brothers.
And then he said, hey.
Mom, you're the best! And she said, I really brought you up right. Joke about
and then she suddenly
Died.
So I'm sorry you broke up with your girlfriend today, bro.
Yeah, that's what grown-ups do.
You're a real grown-up 14-year-old.
Peace out, man.
So she made you a Jell-O mold? Is that what you said?
Yeah,
That's pretty lame.
it was a pretty good one, actually.
What?
Well, no, I mean, no.
It sounds like you're like remorseful right now.
Remorseful isn't cool, bro.
You know what? It's okay. If you can't open up about your feelings to your brother, then what are brother relationships for?
For teaching younger brothers what to do.
That's right. Hey, you know what? You could be cool. You want to take a hit?
Fuck yeah.
Stone driving's the only way I do driving.
Yeah, her Jell-O mold, it looked like her breasts, and she made them for me.
She made Jell-O molds that look like her breasts.
Yeah.
You gotta get that back. Like a bridge.
She's still wiggling.
She'll stop pretty soon. Once I pile the dirt back on, she won't be able to.
Aunt Myrtle
Your
is okay.
grandfather gave me this hanky.
When you said we're gonna go on an adventure. I didn't expect this. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
How you doing down there, Myrtle?
I think I just need to take her out of her misery.
You're the best granddaughter I have.
Tell me how you did my grandpa.
So, let me get this straight. You made him jello mold of 2 mosques? He broke up with you.
Moss.
I mean, I think it was really
I even put
culturally
little,
amazing.
like, red beach balls on the top.
Well,
I mean, they're
you are
supposed
so
to be
creative. I'm so proud.
I just can't believe he doesn't appreciate all your talents. Oh, it's so sad. Honey, what are we gonna do? How can we help?
I think I need to kill him. Okay, I could be overreacting a little bit, but maybe
I would be
intimidating.
okay with
I'm
that.
intimidating.
Honey, it was for the best.
I mean,
It
they
really
What
is.
what kind of jello mold could I make that would really intimidating? Oh, like a battleship.
Yes.
Or no, a bazooka.
Use that Mormon recipe I got from the neighbors. Yes.
Oh.
Live jello. You're perfect. Honey, we're gonna take care of this. It's gonna be okay.
It was a quick mold stuff. It was great.
I
It's
think
the Mormon mortar.
I think this is going to send the right message.
I do. I mean, I hope he understands how much you care.
I think he will when he sees my love in green jello form, in the form of a weapon.
Caliber weapon. I love you.
I love you too, Dad.
Shot through the heart, and you're to blame, honey. You give love a bad name.
Shot, 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 shot. Everybody, shot, 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 shot. Hey, Macarena.
I love my lady Humps, my lovely lady Humps. I love my lady Humps, my lovely lady.
A little bit of Monica in my life. A little bit of Rita, all I need.
You do the hokey pokey and you turn.
It's the Humpty Dance, do your trance, do the hump. Oh, do me, baby. Oh, do me, baby.
Jello.
Jesus. For the Bible tells me sunshine on my shoulder makes me happy.
Sunny days. On my way.
The sun will come out tomorrow.
It's a hard knock life for us. It's a hard knock life for us. Stand and kick it.
Dirty deeds, done dirt cheap. Dirty deeds, done dirt cheap.
To the window.
Everybody putting dinks in the boots with the bird. She hit the floor, next thing you know, shouting out low, 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 low. She got that one.
I ain't saying she a gold digger. She ain't. I ain't saying she a gold digger.
I like big butts and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny. But when a girl walks in with an itty bitty waist and a round thing in her face, she gets wrong. Gotta pull up.
Wish your girlfriend was swass like me. Don't you wish your girlfriend was swass like me? Don't you wish your girlfriend?
Wait!
champions, my friends. Keep on fighting till the end. We are the champions.
You'll never be a champion if you don't just go in there and tell her what you want.
All right, bro. I'll do that because you've taught me everything I know that's super cool.
Hi.
Hi, Betsy.
I made you a Jello vase.
I hate to be that guy, but we're in Oklahoma City. It's Jello Paws.